So very good afternoon to one and all. Good afternoon, children. So welcome to the e-learning class. Today we are going to discuss about secondary economics, sixth chapter. And in the sixth chapter, today our discussion topic is economic reforms. Economic reforms of 1991. It's a very important topic, children, in this lesson. From the examination point of view also, because the economic reforms, the various economic reforms, whatever we are going to discuss, is each and everything are important, children, for 2 marks, for 5 marks, and also for 10 marks. Okay. Now, economic reforms. Reform. What does it mean? That means to make it correct now. 1991, it was a situation to our Indian economy, a very worst economic situation, children, that India faced. What happened, children? Since independence, Indian government followed the policy where the importance was given to public sector industry and private sectors were completely ignored. India was not free. It did not meet any trade relations with any countries of the world. So because of that, what happened for the development of the country, our India took lot of debt, the loan from the other countries of the world. And 1991 is a situation that completely India trapped under this debt. Even we were not having the money to pay the interest to these external debts. So now what happened at the time, India approached to the other countries of the world to pay the country some more debt to face the financial crisis. But at that time, the international countries of the world, they kept a condition before the India that India had to accept the free trade relations with the other countries of the world. India had to accept the liberalization policy and also the policy of privatization. That was a time period that no other source was there before the country, and only the source was that they had to accept that condition of international levels. At that moment, children, India introduced economic reforms. Reforms to overcome from the problem of economy, the problem that occurred because of the external debts, okay, external loans. So what were the objectives of this policy? The objectives of this policy, children, that is economic reforms, children, to promote a faster rate of growth. India adopted this one to promote a faster rate of growth. That is number one. So what we understand that definitely the growth was very slow. Because of that, country had taken the much of the external debt. So this objective was that at least Indian growth should be very fast to meet all the needs. To enlarge employment potential leading to full employment. To enlarge employment potential. That means the major problem that the country faced was that unemployment problem. Okay. So to increase the potentiality of employment to full employment opportunities, that everyone should get jobs. Okay. To reduce incidence of poverty, definitely employment and poverty both are related to each other. So by the help of that, to reduce this poverty level by providing the employment opportunities. Then to promote equity, children, you know very well, coming to the condition of India, we find that there is no equality in society, children. No equality in the society because of the many social causes are there, poverty, unemployment, and other many things are there. So the major reforms that brought it here to promote the equity, children, equality in social, equality in economical purpose also. Then reduce regional disparities. As you all know that in India we find that regions, There are disparities, differences are there. In a state only we find different regions. One region is developed and other region is highly backward. So to reduce all those regional disparities, economic reforms were introduced. And to improve the balance of payments. Balance of payments, exports and imports. Children, if we export more, we are earning the money. But if we import more, that is from other countries of the world, if we import more, we have to pay them the money. That means it is a loss of finance, loss of money. So what it is mentioned that to maintain the balance of payment, more exports, less imports, and to earn foreign exchange. So these are all called as, children, economic reforms of 1991. And under this reforms, children, the policy that was introduced called as LPG. LPG, liberalization. Liberalization, privatization, and globalization. Now we have to discuss, children, one by one all these concepts of LPG. So what is first one? First one is liberalization. So let us discuss now about liberalization. Let us discuss, children, now about the liberalization policy. Liberalization. Children, this word is not new to you. Liberalization, in your civics you learn the word liberty is derived from the Greek word liber, which means free. Liberalization, freedom. Freedom from all the restrictions to trade and industries. Okay. So liberalization policy under the LPG was introduced in the year 1991. Liberalization, it means removal of restrictions on trade and industries. Removal of restrictions on trade and industries. What does it mean? It means that since the independence, whatever the restrictions were laid down on the industry, on the trade, all those restrictions were removed. So how this policy, liberalization policy, proved beneficial to the economy of India? So what are the features of this policy? The features of the liberalization, children: abolition of industrial licensing. We learned in 1991 policy also, this one. Removal of restrictions. Okay. Relaxation of MRTP restrictions. Relaxation of MRTP restrictions. Foreign investment and foreign technology. If you find, you can find many similarities of these features you can find with 1991 policy. Okay. So the first one, abolition of industrial licensing. Children, we had a discussion over this one in 1991 policy. According to this one, now the industries are free from taking any permission of license to establish the industries, except the few industries, that too those industries that are concerns for security concerns, social security concerns. That means those industries that are proving harmful to the society, those industries should take compulsory license from the government. Remaining all industries are free from the permission of license. That is only comes under this one, children. So under this one, it abolished the industrial licensing for all the industries except the 18 industries due to security concerns. That means all industries are free to establish without any license except 18 industries. Which 18 industries? the industries that are manufacturing hazardous chemicals, the industries that are creating problem to the environment, we can call the environmental pollution reasons, children. The other industry related to the security, like already we discussed, like arms and ammunitions, defense, atomic energies, like those industries, children, compulsory they have to take the license. Otherwise, all the industries are free from the license problem. So this is, children, the first feature of liberalization. Children, this is an important question for you. It may come to you either for 5 marks or for 10 marks. Next, after this abolition of industrial licensing, we have the next one, that is removal of restriction. Next one is removal of restrictions. Children, already we had a discussion about this removal of restriction. So in this removal of restrictions, which kind of restrictions were removed? So just now we said that all the industries except 18 industries, they are free from the licensing policy. So now the same thing we are discussing now, except 18 industries, except 18 industries, all industries are free. All industries are free. So they are free for what? They are free to set up, they are free to sell shares, they are free to sell shares, and also these industries are not having any restrictions. They could expand their business, and not only that, could start new product, So these are all, children, we can say as the removal of restrictions. We can say as the removal of restrictions. What are that removal of restrictions, children? Except 18 industries, all the industries, they are free. They are free for what, children? They are free to set up anywhere they can set up. They are free to sell their shares to anyone. They could expand their business. They could start new products without any license. So children, all comes under the removal of restrictions. So this is the second feature of liberalization. After the second feature of liberalization, now we have to discuss the third feature of liberalization. What is third feature? Third feature of liberalization is relaxation of MRTP restrictions. Already I informed you, MRTP was started in the year 1969. MRTP, monopolies, restrictive trade practices. Remember this one, monopolies, restrictive trade practices. So this MRTP, children, it started in the year 1969, and this MRTP was aimed to control monopoly practices. This was aimed to control monopoly practices to prevent concentration of economic power. But in the year 2002, MRTP was replaced. Means another act came into force, children. Replaced by Competition Act. This act in the year 2009, it came into force. It started implementation. What is this Competition Act, children? Name itself is indicating to check all anti-competitive practices. To check all anti-competitive practices and also the anti-dominance practices. Means these monopolies are used to, they dominate the market, children, by their single product. So to control all these anti-competitive practices and also the anti-dominance practices. So this is relaxation of MRTP. 1969, this act came into force to control the control on monopolies restrictions. Now 2002, new act was framed, children, that is by the name Competition Act. Okay, and this act came into force in the year 2009. So this is the third one. Now after the third one, the next one with us is foreign investment. The next one is foreign investment. Already we had a discussion in 1991 policy. So under the foreign investment, remember this, I explained this one, foreign direct investment. Foreign direct investment. So what is this foreign direct investment? That means foreign direct investment, it means that this people, those who are living in abroad, foreigners, are allowed to invest in our country. So how much, children? So it was finalized that 50% of equity was fixed. That means foreigners now they are able to share up to 50%. They are able to get the 50% of profit. This is nothing but, children, to attract the foreigners for investment. Okay, investment from abroad. I hope it is clear. So now by this policy, what happened? Foreigners can invest in any company, in any area, up to 51%, and they are having the right to get the profit also up to 51%. So this is, children, foreign investment. After foreign investment, the last feature of liberalization, children, it is foreign technology. What is this foreign technology, children? Under this one, the approval were provided to for the Indian industry with foreign technology agreements. Foreign technology agreements. So under this one, children, under the foreign technology, no permission is required now. No permission is required to appoint any, what you call, foreign experts. To appoint any foreign experts to the industries, foreign technicians to the industries. Okay, children, foreign technology, easily we can get it, and exchange of foreign technology. So why I think you are coming to know that why this policy, why this point was entered in this one. So it is very clear that, children, this policy is nothing but that foreign technology to be entered in the market to improve the conditions of our economy, children, in various levels. Foreign technology can improve the conditions of our Indian economy in the various fields. So children, these are all about the features of liberalization. I hope it is clear to all of you about the liberalization. So liberalization means what, children? It means removal of restrictions, and these are the features. So that's your work. What you have to do it, read the lesson, children, follow the material, and go through the other resources also. So it's time to take leave. Thank you one and all. Very soon I'll come with the next topic. L is completed, PG is left over, privatization and globalization. So thank you one and all. Thank you, children.